Hey y'all, I'm going to be streaming this best team for Radical Red right here on the channel. If you can't make the stream, don't worry about it. The parts will be uploaded over on Mystic Zora. I'm also going to be doing some Inuyasha content on MysticSage and more Genshin Impact content on Zora. I'm actually streaming Genshin on my Twitch, so if you like that game, definitely go and check that out. Oh, and follow my Insta, Twitter, and TikTok, where you can see me and my lovely life and cringiness. With that being said though, hope you guys enjoy the video. Links for all those will be in the description below. Well, the internet has sucked me into a Pokemon dark hole, that being Pokemon Fusions. Don't get me wrong, I've been into Pokemon Fusions before, just like any 13-year-old sitting at a computer browsing the net all day because he has no friends. As of late though, I've been really interested in a ROM hack called Pokemon Fusion Origins. It's a fan-made creation of Pokemon Fusions in Pokemon Fire Red. Essentially, every Pokemon is a fusion of some kind, and let me tell you, there's some exotic ones. The story and map are also really fun, but I won't go any further than that. Today though, I wanted to show off some Pokemon Fusions around Umbreon. I'll be getting into the designs themselves, stat lines, abilities, and possible moves these fusions would have. The stat lines are also based on the average between Umbreon's stat line and its fusion partners. Umbreon, as we know, is a very bulky boy, so expect some fat here. Speaking of designs, these designs were made by AliciaBell on Twitter. I will leave their link in the description below. The creator of Pokemon Fusion Origins also created a design for this video, so I will leave their link in the description as well. So thank you guys for the amazing work. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into fusing. Starting off, I have a very love-hate relationship with this design. I'm obviously talking about my good friend Umterra here. One half I love, and the other half I want to throw in the garbage. However, when they are combined, I honestly hate to say this, but its design is actually very dope. It's Torterra except cooler looking, with dark type and moon characteristics. Torterra has captured Umbreon's charm with those red eyes and the color scheme. The moon turtle design really matches well with Torterra. To even further capture its celestial presence, it has a moon attached to it through roots. Maybe in the universe Umterra came from, it replaces the moon every time something happens to it. In the Dragon Ball universe, this would actually come in a lot of handy. I'm looking at you, Piccolo and Roshi. If we take a look at this Pokemon, it would be a ground and dark type. It'd be something similar to Crocodile, but more on the bulky side thanks a lot to the Umbreon part. Umterra has a pretty decent stat distribution, having base 95 HP, 87 attack, 108 defense, 68 special attack, 108 special defense, and 61 speed. So yeah, this thing is incredibly bulky, and can potentially do some damage on the physical side. For the ability, I decided to keep Shell Armor from Torterra, considering this Pokemon will be primarily a wall, and not being hit by crits is very handy for a wall. As for a moveset on Umterra, I can imagine it maintaining a lot of Torterra's move pool, but losing access to that grass stab and replacing it mostly of dark type attacks. However, one pretty big change to Umterra's move pool from Torterra would be the addition of Moonlight as a form of recovery. I don't think that Umterra would make a huge breakthrough in competitive, but it could be a very niche Pokemon in Draft League format. This is a fusion that I have always loved and adored, being Umbreon and Sylveon. My two favorite evolutions come together to create Sylveon. If you guys have any better names for it, let me know down below. And don't be afraid to not use Eon in the name. Going into its design, I gotta say, the ribbons are really what makes me like this design. This fusion makes the point that when Dark and Fairy come together, they can be a very evil and playful pair. I can see this fusion being in a dollhouse area. There could be an evil team based around dolls or something, and maybe one of the admins could own this. Maybe the concept of this thing's trainer could be someone like Neo from Ruby. I think it's a nice touch, just because of her pink tone, and overall just playful personality. Considering we're using two evolutions for this fusion, you'd expect the stat line to look like an evolution. But considering we're using the average between the two, this fusion's stats look like this. As you'd expect from these two, we have 95 HP and 130 special defense, solidifying this Pokemon's role as a specially defensive wall. However, beyond that, there aren't any stats that are super outstanding to me. But I suppose the 85 base special attack can be used in tandem with Calm Mind, or potentially even Nasty Plot to support moves like Dazzling Gleam, Dark Pulse, or Moonblast. I chose to give this fusion the ability Serene Grace, considering that the two fusing parts require quite a bit of RNG to take down. It would be pretty funny to make this fusion the master of RNG with double the chance of attack side effects. As for the attacks, like stated before this fusion, would have Fairy and Dark Stab, as well as the common moves you'd expect from an evolution, such as Wish, Baton Pass, and Hyper Voice. However, this fusion doesn't have Pixelite like Sylveon. Umbreon and Dragonite. What an incredible combination of Dragon and Dark. Behold, this amazing design from the creator of Pokemon Fusion Origins, Umbreonite. The rings are real on Umbreonite, especially with this Generation 3 sprite, really capturing how Umbreon's highlights can be seen in this pseudo-legendary dragon appearance. It's Dragonite, but with dark typing and amazing golden rings. It's a dragon that can be seen flying through the sky and lighting it up. It'll be a very rare Pokemon fusion to find though, as it can only be seen in certain parts of the universe it is in. I would say you can find it under the ocean in caves during the day, but at night, you can see it sparkling throughout the sky. That's just my crazy imagination talking though. Let's hop into the stats and competitive potential. This pairing was quite fun to make, and pairing something up with a pseudo-legendary was bound to give some good results. If we take a quick look at Umbreonite's stats, we can see that it is clearly a capable bulky physical attacker. I can see this beast holding the room service item with Swords Dance on a Trick Room team, absolutely ripping apart the opposition. Being Dark Dragon, I wanted to make this Pokemon feel unique in comparison to Hydreigon, by capturing the essence of both Dragonite and Umbreon. As for abilities, I decided to hold on to Dragonite's ability multiscale, which means that Umbreonite can quite safely enter the battle and leave its mark, with a powerful and versatile move pool to boot. We're talking moves like Dragon Claw, Body Press, Extreme Speed, Lash Out, Throat Chop, Darkest Lariat, and so much more. That's merely only scratching the surface of what this fusion is capable of doing. I personally think this Pokemon would be a solid addition to certain teams. My favorite Pokemon and Legendary fused together creates Lunalion, which is a fusion of Lunala and Umbreon. We have Umbreon with the very moon theme going on here with the Ambassador of the Moon, or the Pokemon that is the moon. I don't really know what Lunala does with the moon. All I know is that it's known as the beast that calls the moon, according to its Pokemon Sword X entry. Lunalion in its world patrols the night sky, looking for any light to eat, and its dark nature also makes it a predator of the skies as well. See, Lunalion is an eater of light and flesh. I hope there aren't any Zubat and Woobat fusions going around, because they could be eaten. Lunalion is the primary flying moonbat after all. After fusing Umbreon with such a powerful legendary as Lunala, and then adapting one of the most powerful typings in the game, being Ghost Dark, its weakness is only Fairy. The ability we decided on is Shadow Shield, which, just like Umbreonite, is a multi-scale-like ability. However, this ability can't be affected by Moldbreaker. Either way, no matter what, you'll have very good bulk with full HP and Roost as a recovery option. Yeah, this Pokemon is going to be a pain to deal with. And looking at the moves this Pokemon would have, there's a lot of power here. We're talking about Moongeist Beam, Dark Pulse, Poltergeist, Focus Blast, utility like Toxic, and much more. With all the defenses Lunalion has, it's going to be pretty busted. This next idea was actually inspired by Andrew. Me personally, I think it's exquisite, and I give the baker the Best Pokemon Baking Award. Appletun and Umbreon fused together to create Appleon, a very tasty selection. Appleon takes very big inspiration from mooncakes. Mooncakes are Chinese pastries that are traditionally eaten during the Moon Festival, which is all about families coming together and celebrating the moon. Looking at this Appleon makes me start salivating, and I haven't eaten anything in like a day or two, so that's probably why. I would suggest keeping this thing away from me, or I will eat it. And yeah, humans in the Pokemon world do eat Pokemon, so I don't see it as a big deal, okay? Anyways, Appleon looks good. That's all I'm going to say about it. When I was in the kitchen cooking up Appleon, I had a very rough time thinking of an ability to support the less than stellar Grass Dark typing, but I ended up giving it Filter, which reduces the amount of damage taken from super effective attacks. If you guys have a better suggestion, let me know in the comments below. However, what I can say is Appletun has a very respectable defensive stat line. We can see it has 103 HP, 95 defense, and 105 special defense. So being an annoying stall Pokemon with moves like Leech Seed, Recover, Toxic, and Foul Play could be a huge pain to deal with. Seeing as this Pokemon is primarily a bulky utility Pokemon, it's a shame about the typing, but can certainly be useful in any team as long as you build around this Pokemon specifically. Well, that's gonna wrap up these brilliant Umbreon fusions. I hope you guys like these fusions, as I really enjoyed creating this video and bringing to light some excellent ideas. If you guys like this video, I may even do more in the future, so let me know down below what Pokemon fusions you would want to see next. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream all sorts of games from Pokemon to Fire Emblem to Zelda and much more. I also have an anime channel called MysticSage where I do anime reviews, rankings, and countdowns, so if you're interested in that kind of content, go ahead and check that out as well. If you want to support me even further and gain cool perks, check out my Patreon. These lovely people have all given me their support over there and I couldn't be more grateful to them. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon and I will see you in the future for more awesome Pokemon content.